When I think back to my relationship with my youth pastor and mentors growing up, I'm overwhelmed with a feeling of great love and gratitude for them. The investment they made in my life quite literally changed the trajectory of where I ended up. Not only did they show me who Jesus was by an unconditional love by pursuing me, but they taught me things like how to drive a manual car, how to play golf, that it was important to wear deodorant if I were ever to get a girlfriend. But really, one of the best things they taught me was the importance of mentors and to be a guide for others. And what I've come to understand is that not only do we need guides and mentors in life, but it's a great dance. Our mentors need those that they lead. The Trinity is Father, Son, and Spirit, and they give love to each other, but they also get love from one another. There is a profound truth that when we love and serve others, we in turn experience love too. Give me like the backstory on how you got connected to Cornerstone Youth Ministry.
Yeah, so I've grown up in the church. I went to BVCC through sophomore year of high school. I was heavily involved in their youth group. Then my youth pastor stepped down, so I had to do some other stuff. I already knew of Gabe and the rest of the people at Cornerstone, so we had done a bunch of events together. And I knew it would be a welcoming place that was authentic. So I just kind of hopped over there. And it definitely helped that there was a extremely attractive girl going to Cornerstone at the time. So yeah, I think community is the big thing. Seeing all these people who just love on each other in the best way possible, are always there to support each other and help each other through difficult stuff. Seeing all those people on Tuesdays and then building those relationships over years and years has been amazing. The relationships in my life, the leaders in my life that have helped guide me down this path of following Jesus and pursuing him with all that I have, I owe a lot to them, but there's no way of really repaying that way. So I think paying it forward to the next generation was the way that I felt like I could give something of all the gifts I've been given in that way.
And then that meant that you were gonna lead some people. Can you name one? Can you think about a name off the top of your head?
Oh, Mike.
Tell us about how you came to Cornerstone, how you got plugged into this community.
We came to Cornerstone my 6th grade year and started in the youth ministry here, made some friends and got to meet up with Shane, and that's how I got started in youth ministry.
Give me some highlights when it comes to like youth ministry. It could be a story.
I mean, like all the stories from camp are where it's at. I mean, like all the relationships, friendships, and like jokes I get to share with people, like just crazy stories about Maranatha and California that like I get to tell with all my friends that are still my friends now. It's a pretty sweet thing. It's like I just get to have this community that I've had for so long and all these memories to share with them that come through this youth ministry. And it's something that I always get to build on, and that these guys are always pouring into me and I get to pour into them, and we get to have this constructive relationship.
That's awesome. At some point, you decided to start anew with your own small group. Can you explain to me why you decided to do that?
Yeah, so about 4 years ago, I got to start a new small group with Shane. And I got to lead with him while he was leading me as a high schooler. I mean, that in itself is a super cool thing. I mean, I got to both lead and be led by you. And now I get to learn from him and with him pour into a new community of people. And it's just one of the coolest things I get to do. It's something I can't use words to describe how cool it is, how grateful I am to show up on Tuesdays, and how happy I am whenever he walks in them.
Yeah, it just like reciprocates. And it's just like this waterfall effect that keeps filling up the lives of everybody it touches. And then, yeah, you know, now I'm leading with Mike, and it's just another example of like just me leading him and then us leading together just continues on.
So why call it the Continuum? Well, it's because each part of this circle never stops. You never stop inviting people into the family of God. Think about the next generation coming up, all those new kids and faces, those that will mentor and become the next generation of mentors themselves. Think about God's love. You never stop learning more about God's love. Even the Apostle Paul says at the end of his life and ministry that he just wants to know Christ more, Yeshua more. You never stop choosing to love God back. Every day I must decide to make no other gods before him. Every day I must choose to put God first in my life. And every day I must choose to join God in restoring this world. On this side of heaven, this never ends. We get called into new lines of work and new ministries and new opportunities to use the time, talent, and treasure that God has given us to bring the shalom, his peace, into our world. And lastly, we never stop leading others back through the continuum, inviting them into God's family and into the life that they were made for.